his tier 1 tower will fall as well. A 1K lead at -10 seconds in game number 2 for Gaimin Gladiators. Oh my God. All right, well,
can I just say I love the irony between, or the juxtaposition of that interview, and you can see at the same time his team just getting bodied in the river. It's like, I don't think they have enough control to handle us, and they killed 4 heroes.
The only thing missing was Curb Your Enthusiasm music in the background, because my goodness, that could not have started any better.
This is a 2K gold lead, minute 0 for Gaimin Gladiators. They get 3 bounty runes, 4 kills, of which 2 of them go to the Lone Druid, a tempo-based offlaner that Gaimin Gladiators are running. I think, you know what Gaimin Gladiators comms were in this draft? They were like, okay, 22 minutes, guys. We can do it faster. They're effectively doing any percent Grand Finals day, top 3 TI finish against Azure. And there, I mean, there's no way around it. Azure are already in serious trouble here, and they've got to pull one out of the bag to handle this safe lane.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go back and watch that VOD a little bit later. Dyrachio's taking a little bit of damage here in that bot lane, but that level 1 inner fire, I think it hit 4 heroes, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
A wombo combo before the runes even spawn. Okay, so if you're Azure, can't stop laughing. How do you reset after that? Because that is so ridiculous.
I mean, the main thing that you have to try to play on is recognizing you need to not let this snowball, right? Like, that's the biggest thing. If you can't win your lanes at this point, oh boy, FY is dead.
Yep, it's snowballing already. Chalice now in a 2v1. Gonna take some heavy damage, will likely live.
Yeah, Gaimin Gladiators have strong lanes too, did I mention that? Ench Weaver on one side, Lone Druid Muerta on the other. So not only did you lose the rune fight, you're playing against some extremely powerful lanes. That's what I was gonna say is, maybe you can't win the lanes in this game. The challenge now is to not bleed too hard. Because I would feel like if this started out at just as a flat-out even rune
courier kill. Oh boy, well, it's just the Wraith Band recipe.
It all adds up, you know, they're already starving, so...
Yeah, true.
If this had started out with a 0-kill rune exchange, I still think Gaimin Gladiators just have better lanes.
Yeah.
I think all 3 even are in their favor on paper, so... You add on top of that terrible start, and it's just adding fuel to the fire here, so...
Yeah, I mean, you even mentioned Huskar versus Kunkka. Any melee hero is going to have a lot of issues against the Huskar.
Yeah.
And what about in the game as a whole? Because Lanham wasn't too impressed. I mean, forget about the opening moments, obviously, which he was not privy to.
Yeah.
FY, looks like he's a goner as well. Dyrachio should be able to find him. Indeed, he does. Already on a killing spree. Now the Swarm attached to Chalice. A lot of minus armor now. We'll pop the wand and be able to waddle away. But Huskar as a hero for like the mid to late game, if you want to call it. How does that hero fare these days?
I can definitely see what Lanham was talking about control, right? Like the Radiant Lanham in this game doesn't really have much in the way of stuns or slows that are reliable, but what they do have is really tanky cores that are dominant in lane. So the Huskar pick is largely dependent on this early game to go very well. He doesn't have any protective line of like healing or save, which you usually pick this hero with. But again, on the side of Azure, not exactly the best damage either, right? You need time to get that damage.
A lot of damage just being gone on by this bear. We'll have to use his meld, which obviously I'm not going to have a detection that deep into the tower, so he will live, but my goodness, getting bullied so hard as Chalice will now die, and Dyrachio, he's 4-0.
Yep, and he went Urn, so he's snowballing this lane really, really hard. I mean, is he just gonna... Yeah, I was just wondering, are you just literally just gonna dive between the towers? Okay.
Yep, Urn charge already applied, and FY is in a lot of trouble. Only level 2 will put the Nether Ward down, but the Pine Cone will get his revenge as Celery claims that.
That is just absolutely ruthless. 5K minute 4?
Yep, it's 9-0 after that pop shot from Tofu.
Well, we officially have a 5 top net worth heroes on Gaimin Gladiators. 4 minutes into the game, their position 5 has more net worth than the enemy mid.
Indeed.
That is, if you're new to Dota, that is not a good sign for the Dire team. Gold is good, and you need more of it.
Quinn trying to dive against Somnus. Doesn't have his ult quite yet. Celery's going to find him with the tomato. Inner fire to destroy Somnus again. And Gaimin Gladiators clicking in every way possible And Azure have really...
All right, good news. Brew is ahead of Muerta by 30 net worth, so they have a hero in the top 5.
Saving grace for Azure. And Dyrachyo continuing to bully that bot lane. He can just be left to his own device. That's the crazy part, is now you have these support heroes who can just roam freely because the cores are just so farmed. They can handle 1v1 or even 1v2 situations.
If there's a player hero combination I would want to be playing with when I'm ahead in the early game, it's Celery Ench. This guy is an absolute terror map, and
Chalice.
Next target.
Pine Cone has come again for you. Celery will claim this time 11-0 Gaimin. Oh, would this be the first kill for Azure? Quinn getting pretty damn low. Berserker's Blood doing pretty good work, and finally will fall to FY. Not exactly the hero that you would want that on if you're an Azure fan, but at least they get a goddamn kill this game. Good God.
When is the last time you've seen a kill bounty of 750 minute 6? That's how much gold they got for Quinn.
Ridiculous.
Oh my goodness. Yep, it is it's something for Azure, and I think the hero that can solve this game for them has to be the Kunkka, right? You need levels on this guy so he can rotate around on the map and find setup.
Oh, getting surrounded, but FY's going to TP in to try to help out. His root onto the clock. Now Ace with his bear. Literally 1 versus 3, by the way. Doesn't look like he'll be able to take him out.
Fishing for a root here.
A lot of rotations, but no kills either way. Although Somnus now cutting him off from the other side. They're going to spot the bear again. Going to get inside the cogs. Dyrachyo is actually making a quick rotation through the gate. The bear will fall, and Ace is pretty damn low as a result. The clock will end up dying, but the big kill is Ace going down to Lou. Dyrachyo will clean up FY in the meantime. Can he get more out of this? Level 6 now against the level 4 TA. Dyrachyo, time-lapse just in time. Earn charge still applied to Lou. Looks like he's going to survive, although Dyrachyo's not done yet.
Kidding me? Okay.
He was Shikuchi, but okay, 2 very big kills for Azure, showing some signs of life here in this game number 2.
Lou is now jungling TA minute 7. Can't really have any laning presence right now with the amount of resources he has, so it's time for plan B, or I guess this is probably plan H, but no, it's a plan.
Yep.
You're right. They stemmed the bleeding, right? I think a lot of other teams sort of just kept crumbling here under the insane pressure that Gaimin are putting. At the very least, if you look at the gold, it has kind of flatlined the last 2 minutes. Not a phrase we hear a lot spoken minute 7. We usually start focusing on this minute 25, but you know,
it's something.
It's a tendency in the game that you just want to slow down. Because what can happen to this Radiant lineup, as Lanham pointed out, they don't have that much control. So if you start getting items, if you start getting levels on your heroes, and you can pick the fights on your terms, you can effectively kite a lot of the Gaimin Gladiators lineup quite well when you get just 1 or 2 items on your core heroes, maybe a Force Staff here or there. So step 1 to getting there is happening right now.
Yep, Celery diving with the Centaur. Clockwork in a lot of trouble. Dyrachyo's here as well. That's an easy cleanup as the boat comes in. Will connect onto Ace with the torrent as well. Ace getting really low. That's no ultimate yet, so he is donezo. Good 1-for-1 exchange for Azure. Celery healing up as his first primal split of the game as Lou taking heavy damage from Dyrachyo, who's going to have to just ignore at this point. But nope, they lift him in the air. Nice job from Chalice. We'll try to set this up with the torrent, but there's the life break coming in from Quinn, applying all the pressure to Chalice now that he can't get away with that primal split. As FY getting chased by Dyrachyo, as Lou will likely TP to safety. FY trying to go through the gate, but Dyrachyo has enough right click to finish the job.
This tower's definitely a goner. Honestly, quite well done by Azure to not have lost the tower minute 9. You're playing against Ench, Huskar, Lone Druid. These heroes just bulldoze down these towers with an early lead, but they've stemmed the bleeding. It still hurts. We're not going to pretend that this isn't extremely Gaimin favored, but Azure are making it look more competitive than I was expecting 3 minutes in. A classic thing to talk past, of course. But
yep. Quinn has his armlet, by the way, in case you were wondering. And we'll
queuing up a straight BKB here, not a halberd against TA, for example. just going.
Yeah, what is the typical item build for a Huskar? I mean, you talked about Halberd, thinking of BKB. We've seen a lot of Ags. I mean, I wouldn't say a lot, but in the Huskar picks, Ags is very popular.
It's generally Ags or BKB after the Halberd, or after the Armlet, I want to say. Halberd has not been a particularly popular item this patch in general. Huskar is one of the few heroes that will sometimes buy it, but smoke's going to be broken. Some will get out of there. But this tower looks pretty doomed. This is a level 7 lone druid going to work.
Yep, Dyrachyo takes the tier 1 bot as well, so already all 3 tier 1s down for Azure.
Keep in mind they had all 3 of them 1 minute ago. 9 minutes we were talking about, wow, they haven't lost a tower. And there you go. Gaimin Gladiators.
Caster Curse, typical Synderen special.
Yep, that's what I do.
Oh, Blue is going to get spotted. Quinn with the life break. Dead shot's going to cancel everything out. Inner fire as well. TA dead, FY next. 2 kills very quickly for Gaimin. They're going to get a nice double stack here for Quinn as well. Already has Ogre Club coming as part of that eventual BKB. We're going to see Ace with the Radiance at some point, so only 1,000 away from the Sacred Relic. And that is going to be very difficult to deal with if you're Azure. Somnus, we're talking about Blade Mail still being needed. 17-3. Somnus will be spotted. Dyrachyo from one side, Celery from the other, and a Pinecone in between. He's going to get down the boat, but you have to think eventually he will fall here. This Dyrachyo, monster kill. Find Clockwork as well. High five Blue, apparently.
I mean, Dyrachyo,
continue the pressure.
He feels invincible, right? He's against 1 stun, which is hookshot.
Yep, it is available. He's gonna have to use it to get away, though. Nice job there.
They are giving them absolutely no quarter here. It's just
it's just suffocating.
You've got effectively a third of the map left now for Azure. All tier 1s down, all waves pushed. No signs of letting up on that aggression, and they shouldn't. I don't think you spend this 9k gold to just farm up a storm in the jungle. You keep denying the enemy team any presence on the map, and this will go the usual Gaimin Gladiators route. Now the bad news for Gaimin is they are running out of time. They have 10 minutes left to beat their record. Actually, that's not true. I think they won a game in 19 minutes against 9 Pandas, but this would be probably the lowest total series time if they could match.
Well, keep in mind, this is an elimination game, so let's not talk about that quite yet. As FY should be able to TP out here.
Talk about it now.
Well, typically you're not going to GG out of an elimination match until your throat dies, right? So I think this will be longer regardless if they're able to continue snowballing. As Quinn will be soloing the old Roche. He is scanned out though, but it looks like Roche will fall first before they even arrive. And yeah, you can see Azure now backing away. That smoke still not revealed. Maybe they can just get rid of the Aegis though. That would be pretty good. They're gonna miss the hook shot onto Celery. Gonna get torrented into the boat though. Dyrachyo coming in from the other side as a life break will connect onto the clock. That's a dead boy. 100% will burn to the burning spears. As Dyrachyo announced with nice swarm hitting 3 heroes. FY. Gonna take a dead shot and will die shortly after. Another 2 quick kills for Gaimin.
Godlike minute 13 on the Weaver. He's been in 16 out of 20 kills. Dyrachyo just running the map. Absolutely crushing it together with the support duo in particular of Gaimin Gladiators. Just, yeah, what a hero Weaver is when you have a great start like this. And just these matchups just so free. And keep in mind, this was the first pick of the draft, right? They picked the Weaver into Pugna. And the solutions from Azure are just not there with this early disadvantage. Look at where he's farming. Like,
yeah, Blue trying to farm as safe as possible, but Dyrachyo is going to have none of that. And Ace with the Radiance online now.
Oh boy.
Tier 2 tower already at half health. Now, how many pine cones has he found this game? He found literally any other creep?
Every time you find one, you find 2. So.
I mean, still. Quinn stealing the Wisdom Rune, so adding insult to injury. Now we have a 5-man smoke from Azure. They have to get something out of this. They are just bleeding from every orifice right now. Ace. Well, Tofu, he's going to find them. There's the X, though, so they will get something out of this. Gonna need more. The bear actually would be pretty freaking good for them to get. Relatively low, but a big swarm from Dyrachyo. Primal Split is placed, but the TA getting decimated. The life break's not even going to be enough. Barely enough HP as FY continuing to suck him dry. Will be enough, actually, as Lou walking away. Nice cogs. Bouncing back Dyrachyo. The FY will likely pay the sacrifice, but he did a very good job there for Azure.
Yeah, 1-for-1 trade. An amazing outcome for Azure, given the circumstances. They are inherently extremely unfavored in every fight. He's the courier for Chalice here. I think he did get his item, though. He has the Vessel against the Huskar, so there is a path to a kill, but he has Aegis. Killing him twice is borderline impossible, so you kind of have to wait it out. Have to try to get some sort of damage item on Lou. If he can get this Deso that he's working on, maybe there's going to be enough of a punch.
Yep, Lou and company. Then try and force Gaimin back here. Just farming up the cogs now. Everything is Gaimin's to take as Quinn jumps in. Nice Decrepify, going to keep the damage off of the clock as the Aegis is already out. But Ace's Bear is creating so much space with this Radiance. And the clock is going to die very easily to the hands of Quinn himself. The tier 2 tower will fall next. Only one tier 2 remaining in the top lane. Now without that Aegis, we'll see how aggressive Gaimin want to continue to be.
Take the outpost here. I mean, my eyes are just on Dyrachyo. I'm just going to keep following this Weaver around and see who's the next target he's going to prevent from hitting a creep, because that's really been the mantra in this game is you guys don't get to have fun. I don't think Azure are having particularly much fun on anyone. So Dyrachyo, job well done. Oh, they're going to look for an opening. Yonsei,
yeah, shot. That's pretty big. He's going to get out this ult, does Ace, so that's a very tanky boy, but the Spirit Vessel is applied. Battery Assault doing a good amount of damage as well. The rest of Azure can't even really connect as Tofu now coming in to try to take out the clock, but there's the life break from Quinn, focusing on the TA. Lou is dead, and somehow Ace survives throughout all of that. The rest of his team just couldn't connect.
Yeah, it's a good hook shot, but they couldn't get any damage in there. TA wasn't in range. The moment she tried to come close, she got in trouble. Brewmaster didn't have... I don't know if Chalice had split there. Maybe that could have been something.
Azure Ray are defending this tier 2 tower against the Bear. We can see Dyrachyo is just taking their tower themselves in that mid lane. Ace looks like his Bear and himself will die.
Good punish, but
it is costing them dearly. Dyrachyo looks like he'll get the range racks. Likely out with his life as well.
Oh my god, that was like a double or triple rally from the Dark Troll Summoner, so that push was stupidly quick. You bring in the rally, you bring in the Deso of the Weaver. And yeah, you find a nice kill on the lawn, but was it worth it?
Maybe it was, honestly. I don't know, actually. It is just range.
I mean, yeah, it is a net worth swing there, but doesn't really account for...
The tier 2 tower now falling.
The tower falling anyway. You lost your tier 3, you lost your range tracks. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Azure Ray, we've talked about it all tournament long. The high ground defense has been strong for most teams. Yep. Gaimin has found the secret sauce. Of course, getting 4 kills before the bounties come up is definitely a good recipe for success.
Yeah, I think Gaimin are also a little bit unused to that. That hasn't really been what they've been getting all the time, so maybe...
Yeah, if that's required in their winning ways, then it wouldn't have gone so well so far. It's not even Tormy time yet. Is Lou going to be spotted, but no stun yet from Quinn. Doesn't look like he has Ags even queued up. Looks like the AC, actually. Interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of a game finisher item, right? You're going to get the next Aegis, and then you're trying to push high ground.
I figured you'd want that on the lone Druid, though.
Yeah, he wants to get the, wow,
Harpoon?
Wow, okay. Sometimes I'm old. So it's good if, it's just a timing, right?
Getting harassed in his own base. Life break is there from Quinn as well. Decrepify is going to keep him a little bit healthy, but not healthy enough. He just dies. FY will die next to his Ancient at 18.5 minutes. Now the mid-rack, oh, nice tidal wave. There's the buyback from the Pugna. Fortifications there. Protect their racks for now. Deadshot's not going to connect, but the Ensnare does. Rooted up is Somnus, left to his own devices. Quinn and company looking to finish him out. Another nice tidal wave onto 3 heroes, but look at how deep they can go. Nice time lapse coming out from Dyrachyo to keep himself safe with the kill as well. They're able to keep that TA buyback, but they really have to hold here. Tidal Wave comes out, but to really no avail. And Chalice, his primal split is just so weak at this stage of the game. This is a hero that needs levels. And you're getting your tower and barracks taken out sub 20 minutes. You're just not going to have enough levels to be able to contest. He's still working on his Radiance, but I can need so much more than that. So full set of racks for Gaimin Gladiators, and you know, coming into this tournament, they've looked good, but they haven't looked as good as they have earlier in the year. Today, overall, they have looked better than any team.
I mean, they've just looked overall great in the playoffs, right?
Yeah.
When it matters the most, they've turned up. No question.
And I was going to say, Chalice will be purchasing the Blade Mail instead of the Radiance, because I think you just got to go for something else at this stage. You're just going to lose the game before you can even
Gonna go ahead and
purchase
say
it.
this might be, is this the first Brewmaster Blade Mail of the tournament? It's not a popular item at the very least. This is a plan, okay, I think plan H isn't where we're at anymore. We're running out of letters in the alphabet.
You can pick another one, please, by all means.
Might need to borrow some letters from the Danish alphabet for this one.
So,
A little bit of a plan O here.
wants Tofu. There's a 4-step onto the high ground, and he's going to live. There's a dying elephant in the crowd. I think that's in the Gaimin Gladiators suite. As a Tormy will be taken out, and Celery will get his friends. Now Adesso
His sprite
finally
friend.
online for Lu.
Uh-oh. That may have been a mistake.
Is Somnus referring to the rune fight?
Azure Ray with a smoke,
Oh.
and they have to find something here. That is an understatement. And you can see Clock also going for a Blade Mail. I mean, that's the great thing about Blade Mail. Use the strength of your enemy against themselves.
It might just be the best item they can buy, really. Kind of have to hope for Gaimin Gladiators to go for a deep dive and
Solo Tormy?
yeah. This is one strength of TA. We haven't seen this hero played that much in the playoffs. It's the best Tormentor hero in the game, pretty much. Getting the shard here for the Pugna.
Yeah, it's either that or the Clock. Not sure either is going to make the difference, though. But at the very least, you take it away from Gaimin. At this stage, getting creeps or the Tormentor on your side of the map is a win because Gaimin doesn't claim it from you, which they have been so far in this game number 2.
And you can see Gaimin's game plan very clearly, right? You're controlling the map. You keep scouting Roche. They've got the little boys in the pit, just checking it out. And as soon as this spawns, you imagine Huskar will make his way down there, and then it's time to try to end the game for Gaimin. So just holding out for that. Will Azure Ray be able to get any key item in the meantime is the question. So TA potentially could get a Pike before it happens, and it's still far away. It's 2K gold or 1,500. Maybe can find that one.
Now Quinn's he's very confident spawning now, and he's right. There it goes. That's going to be Aegis and Cheese if he's able to solo that. And Dyrachyo scouting things out on the Azure Ray side of things. The Bear going to town onto Somnus. Uses the title with Dyrachyo. Already popping the BKB. They're going to be able to find FY very easily as Chalice is going to have to use that primal split, but no. He just dies. They're dying one by one, dropping like flies. 3 dead already for Azure Ray. The hook shot's gonna miss, just adding more insult to injury. Triple kill for Dyrachyo. And now Lu, is he gonna die in the footstep of his own fountain? Yes! Ultra kill for Dyrachyo. Will Chalice provide the rampage? Not yet. Question mark from Dyrachyo. Likely will be penalized for their next game. We'll see as GGs are called.